Hello, everybody. Record-breaking performance by Tyree Lee intended for ODU now. Dixon going to get the handoff off. Look at the moves. Shifty. Dixon, what can he do? What a spin move!
Anderson Miller in the pursuit nearly gets the sack, and Rob Thompson comes away with the interception. And there it is, 41-17. Old Dominion's first bowl appearance. Old Dominion's first bowl win.
Wilson gets the handoff. Ball's ripped out. Comes out and it's recovered. Walter Anderson.
There it is, the trophy again. We're going to bring you yet another trophy home.
Rolling out to his right, looking. He's got Todd Jackson hit the corner of the end zone.
My name is Jimmer, and I am your host for the Old Dominion Dynasty. Thank you for joining me. This is the final game of this 2018 season, the 6th year of this Old Dominion Dynasty. ODU plays host to 6-5 Miami after a controversial loss in overtime against Virginia. Miami have struggled up and down this season, but ODU coming off of that very devastating game. And today it is all the marbles on the line for this ACC division title. If ODU win today, they will confirm their spot in the ACC title game as they hold the tiebreaker over Georgia Tech, having beat Georgia Tech in overtime earlier this season. If ODU lose, the Yellow Jackets will lay claim to the title in this division. So, all the marbles on the line, really, for a spot in the ACC Championship game, and it gets off to a blazing start with that hit by Miami. They are a physical, fast team. They are tough. Their record may be 6-5, but they are a very talented team. Hard-hitting defense and very fast offense here. David Dixon, of course, the senior. His final game at Foreman Field, and yes, Brandon Ellison as well, among the seniors here today in their final time in front of a home crowd. So they're hoping to go out on a high note here at home. Rashid Chase will be stopped just short. ODU will have to punt, and as I said, a physical, tough Miami defense that suffered a few injuries but has kept it together for the most part this season. They've played a fairly tough schedule, so can't totally blame them. But Travis West is the speedy quarterback. Oh boy, he is a tough one. He's a junior as well, so he still has another year under his belt if he doesn't go pro. And I don't think he will, the star quarterback. Travis West, though, can't get bailed out of trouble here. Walter Anderson on the sack. He runs right into the defensive end. Great job by Anderson there, throwing the quarterback down. It'll be a 3rd and long, and Miami would not convert, so ODU gets the ball back. Pistol formation, 2nd and 8 for freshman Joshua Kemp, and he just completely misreads this play. Rashid chased the intended target, but he was nowhere near the ball. ODU stalls out, and the defense is doing well so far. Reggie Bolin gets his big frame up there to knock that one down. The freshman safety could have a big career at Old Dominion if he keeps this up. Look at that hit by Reggie Bolin. If there's any indication of how this first quarter and how the rest of this game is going to go based on this first quarter, I should say, it's going to be a hard-hitting game. Punting it away, Dixon's on return duties on the punts today. Here he's going to bump this one off to the left with that elite speed. David Dixon, could he go all the way? Slowed down. A great job by the Miami defender to slow him down. Dixon gets caught, but not before he gets to the 24-yard line. Excellent field position. Handoff to Dixon, and he's going to go inside the 10-yard line. A great run, and the senior sure wants to have a big day today. 3rd and goal, though, for ODU. A little play action. Cam forced into rushing this throw. That was never going to be there. 4th and goal, ODU. Not much more than an extra point here for Tommy Patrick. That's pretty much automatic. 3-0 ODU takes the lead here as we start the second quarter. Around midfield, Travis West has great field position. And Anthony Cody, the defensive tackle, making a tackle in coverage here. And he plays a big hit as well. Players are just flying all over the place here today. 2nd and 5. Going to throw it over to Harrison here. A nice little play. Set them up inside the 30-yard line. Miami's starting to get a little groove offensively, and it's not what you want if you're Old Dominion. You gotta disrupt it as much as possible today. Anthony Cody, are you kidding me? Another massive hit. He destroys Drew Johnson, the star running back for Miami. He is their best offensive player by far. 3rd and 4, though. Johnson's going to get his last laugh in with a touchdown on a screenplay. An excellent play call. They get on the board here and take the lead 7-3 in the second quarter. Handoff to Sullivan up the middle. A nice play of about 9 yards there. Sullivan slotted to be the next starting running back after Dixon leaves here. Dixon with the big truck there, running over defenders. 6 yards. This is one of the best 6-yard runs you'll see from him. First down yardage, now 2nd and 5 for Kemp. Dropping back to pass, has Dixon all alone. Look at the juke move. David Dixon crossing the 50, gets to the 46-yard line there. An excellent play. That's why he is so dangerous in every aspect of the game. Passing, running, you don't know what's going to come from him next. He is the ultimate running back for Old Dominion. And boy, we're going to miss him. ODU starting to move now, 2nd and 6, but this was a broken play that pretty much screwed up the entire drive, but a field goal would be the result. So 7-6 is the score. We're approaching halftime. Drew Johnson, though not ready to just give up and go to halftime. What a run, 25 yards, tearing his way through the ODU defense now. 3rd and 1. Big chance for the ODU defense to get a stop. Can they do it? West dropping back to pass. Finds his man Williams, and he's going to get into the end zone. Reggie Bolin just a bit too slow there. And yet again, the biggest criticism of the ODU defense is speed and the lack thereof. An 8-point game now as we go into halftime, 14-6. The Hurricanes lead, looking to spoil ODU's party and their dreams of going to the ACC title game this season. As you can see, it is maybe a bit of a speed problem. David Dixon maybe needs to get the ball a little bit more. It's been a tough go of it here in this first half. A gritty game, hard hitting. We knew Miami was physical, but ODU bringing that physicality to the battle themselves. And take a look at the stats here, and as you can see, it's the passing yards for Miami. It's solid production from the Miami offense after a slow start in the first quarter. Time of possession pretty much even, but ODU just not finding much consistency on the offense as we open up the second half here, hoping for some changes in halftime to try and boost this team and get them to the ACC title game. And not a good start. Cooper open in the flats, 15 yards. Not what you want to start this half off with. 1st and 10. Travis West looking to throw. He's got his man. Weddle with a tough hit there, but the receiver hangs on. That keeps it going. 1st and 10 again. West just all day to throw. No real pressure on him, and that's going to be an issue. He's been sacked when he's tried to get out of the pocket, but when he's hung in there, he's actually done pretty well here. Looking in the end zone, but Jeff Robinson had a fairly quiet season in strong safety spot, but he gets in on the play there. They would kick a field goal, 17-6, hold Old Dominion to a 3-and-out, and end up in this situation. Donald Harrison with a 23-yard gain, an excellent play. And Miami are threatening yet again. This is not good for Old Dominion. Travis West, though, runs right into John Jordan, the senior out of Canada. He has been a fantastic defensive tackle for Old Dominion. He's stepped up his game since the team joined the ACC. 3rd and 17. Travis West sacked again, and this time it's Xavier Wallace. He is a tiny guy, a defensive back. You haven't seen too much of him this season, but well, he can make plays when you ask him to. He's pretty small compared to that quarterback there. Great sack. And Josh Silva is going to come into the game now. What a one-handed catch by Todd Jackson. Silva, another senior, getting some playing time, but also Kemp was struggling in the passing game, so Silva's going to try and maybe revive this offense a little bit. So he just takes off. He's doing what he does best with his running abilities. 16 yards for number 5. Can Silva produce in his last game at Foreman Field? David Dixon, a nice little run there of 8 yards, continuing to pile it up. We start the fourth quarter. That was a pretty quick third quarter, by the way. Here we go, 2nd and 10. Dumps it off to Dixon on the screen. David Dixon, touchdown, Old Dominion, except there is a flag. We'll have to see and it is clipping against Matt Dean. So this one's coming back, 2nd and 25. What an unfortunate turn of events. Things just not going ODU's way here as we close out this season. And the Virginia Tech game was just not a very good performance. The Virginia game with all the shenanigans there. It just seems like all of a sudden things are breaking down. 3rd and 12 though. Jackson has it. No, it's stripped out. Great defense. Old Dominion takes a field goal to make it a one-score game, 17-9. But the defense needs to come up with a big stop. They need to keep this a one-score game. 1st and 10 past midfield for Travis West in this offense. Johnson gets the pitch, but who is there? It's Donald Simmons, the defensive back. An excellent job there, stopping the play in the backfield. 3rd and 12 for West. Looking to pass, has plenty of time to throw. Going over the top, and Donald Simmons gets burned after making a great play in the run game. He gets beat. And he didn't get totally destroyed, but you got to do better on that play. He's got the speed, 24-9 now. A lot of work to do for the Monarchs to get this one. Silva buys time, and he's got Todd Jackson wide open, and in one play, they're going to get right back into this game. 79 yards, cheesing it down the field there. Silva just stepped out of the pocket, and they didn't have enough guys covering out there. Jackson all alone. Look at all that space. He could have walked into the end zone if he wanted to. Maybe that's a little exaggerating, but nonetheless, ODU going to go for 2 and try and make it a 7-point game. David Dixon does his job. 24-17, 5:29 to go. It's a new game now. Defense, though, continue. They just need to get a stop, and they're not doing their job very well right now. 20-yard gains. Miami just eating up field like nobody's business here. Travis West takes off. He cannot allow that to happen. It's just too easy for Miami to just walk all over the field. 3rd and 2 I formation. Johnson gets the handoff, and it's Brian Moore. The senior linebacker has been absolutely stellar. He was never expected to amount to pretty much anything. Very low-rated recruit. Wasn't really expected to ever start, and he's become one of the leading defenders this season. Great story. Under 3 minutes to go, down by 10. Dixon gets the handoff to the left. Oh, so much work to do when he breaks his own record. A school record for single season rushing yards. 18-11 and maybe more. But not much more in the talk of run game, because there's times running out. Look at this Todd Jackson catch. He goes up for it. A clutch play. Big players making the plays you need when you need them the most. Jackson open again. Going to get to about the 20-yard line. They've got to keep going, though. 3 timeouts left. Still plenty of time, I guess, if you want to think of it that way. Silva going for Brandon Ellison. Nearly there. Good defense by Miami. That sets up a 4th down, so ODU takes the 3 points to make it a 7-point game. This is it. The defense needs to come up with the 3 and out. They need to push Miami back because they're in field goal range. This is not what you want. 2nd and 3. Drew Johnson gets the handoff. Excellent blocking. Look at this play. Drew Johnson absolutely destroyed the ODU defense along with the offensive line of Miami. Unbelievable here. Antoine Hopkins on the return, hoping for a miracle. Are we going to get a miracle? We're going to get a miracle. Antoine Hopkins not going to let this game die. Look at this. With a minute left, he's going to go into the end zone. ODU has 2 timeouts. 105-yard kickoff return from number 2. This game, is it over yet? There's an onside kick. It happened in the Georgia Tech game. Can it happen today against Miami? It will not. Just like that. And not enough. ODU's dreams of a division title dashed in the last 3 games in just devastating losses. As you can see, Kemp struggled. Silva managed to salvage a little bit on the day. Dixon hit 100 yards on the mark, but no touchdowns. Seniors do not go out with a win on their final home game, and it's really disappointing, especially with the career that David Dixon's had, and with the season that ODU was having until the Virginia Tech game, I mean, it was looking like it was going to be one of those miracle seasons. And, even after the Virginia Tech game, there was still, beat Virginia. Should have happened. Shenanigans happened in that game. We all know how that went down. I mean, how many times are you going to have that Georgia Tech game happen where the onside kick gets recovered? That was unbelievable. But, couldn't come up with a good performance against Miami. It was just not enough. Every time it came back, it was just Miami did a little bit more every time. I said, they're a very, very talented team who struggled. 6-5, definitely not reflective of how good they really are. 7-5 now, I guess, with this win. ODU drops to 8-4. Rather disappointing considering how the season was going here. As you look at the total yardage, 316, not very good for ODU. Only 2 of 11 on third down. That's really, really poor. And now we'll go over all the conference champions and the bowl matchups in the next video. As you can see, we're going to be playing in the Belk Bowl. Opponent to be revealed shortly. But here, more shenanigans. And to be fair, Dixon struggled down the stretch here. But he had more yards, equaled the touchdowns that Tucker had, and I think did just as well in receiving. I would say Dixon was probably more deserving of the Heisman if you're going to give it to Tucker, But Brian Moore gets a couple of awards. Dixon doesn't win the Heisman, loses it to a running back, but wins the Doak Walker running back award. So I don't really understand, I know they're separate things, but I don't understand how that works. Brian Moore, an unbelievable story to win Best Linebacker Award, win the Bednarik Award, considering I never even considered really that he would be a starter. I just kind of brought him in, threw him in blowout situations or whatever. I didn't really have much plans for him to do anything once we moved to ACC, so it's pretty incredible that he's come along so well, but I call more shenanigans. Dixon loses the Heisman. It's just the season's falling apart. It's depressing. We'll get into everything else next time, guys. I'll see you all then.